apron off, and I'm gonna be making vegan wraps. So here I have strawberry almond milk yogurt mixed with an inch of ginger. I also have 2 green chili peppers, which will balance with the sweetness of the yogurt. Now I'm going to take 2 cups of flour and put them in my mixing bowl. Next, I have my flax seeds. I use my flax seeds in order, my chia seeds, which when grounded up make a flax seed powder because they add nutrition to your meals. I'm going to add 1 spoon. I was inspired to start cooking from my brother, who has some diet issues, so we need to avoid a lot of ingredients. Now, chopped up chili peppers and the ginger. What the blender is going to do is chop up the ingredients and mix them. Now that it's done, I'm gonna go back to my mixing bowl, and I'm going to get a pinch of salt. Next, I'm going to use my besan flour. But I'm gonna use my cup for the besan flour. You probably want about a 1/4 cup in order to keep enough. And it also helps make it soft. Here I started mixing up some spinach. So now I'm going to pour the blended mixture into the bowl. Now, just to break up the consistency, I'm going to add some organic flaxseed oil, about 1 spoon, or it's also called a tablespoon. Now time to mix it. Oh, but I've still got some extra residue left in the mixing blender. Now, it's important to get as much yogurt as possible in here because that will help us with our next step after mixing. Now, I'm going to take the spinach, which I just left out to thaw, and I'm going to tightly pack it. You want a full cup. Now I'm going to add it into the bowl. Now I'm going to take my cup of hot water and I'm going to pour it into the bowl. You don't want the full cup, about 1/2 cup will do. Now I'm going to mix it up. So as you can see, I've finished my ball. However, I accidentally ran into some problems when I added a bit too much water. Now this can easily be counterbalanced by just adding some flour, which will really help get the structure right back to a nice and sturdy, firm, globular circle. So now, I'm gonna take this into the fridge to refrigerate it for about, I'd say about 2 hours, because this isn't that much. Okay, so after 2 hours of refrigeration, I've taken the mixture out. As you can see, it doesn't stick to my hand when I poke it, which means it's finally ready. So I'm going to take a small ball, roll it up, and then place it in this basin flour. You want to make sure the flour touches all the orifices. Then I'm going to lay it out here, and I'm really going to flatten it with this rolling pin. If it starts sticking to the pin, that means there's not enough flour. So that's just what we have for our beginning. But once it's fully done rolling, you'll put it on this cast iron pan. Now I find the cast iron pan really gives it that authenticity or in that flavorful exotic taste. So once it's done cooking, it should look like this. Not necessarily in shape, but as you can see, it's very dry. Okay, now as you see, I like to use besan flour, but you can always use whole wheat flour. But I find that besan flour is better because there's less gluten. Now, as for cooking the wrap, you'll find that you want to make sure it turns brown on one side, as you can see by the brown splotches. And then you'll flip it, and you want to keep it there until that side. Okay, we're going to flip it again. It's good. Once it's good, you want to take your ladle and scoop it off. And put it in whatever containment unit you have. There we go. That's, okay guys, I'm gonna finish cooking my last vegan wrap. Now in the next video, I'm going to be working on gluten-free vegan wraps. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember, health is wealth.